The IMC Podcast is here to motivate and excite you about reading the Bible while in your corner. With that said, we highly encourage you to draw your own conclusions based on your personal findings in the scriptures as you journey with us on our conversations of the individual biblical characters. The views expressed by the guests on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of our sponsors or who they represent. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep going. Like, subscribe, and share.
There's many times where I feel like as Christians we get to a place of a place where God has set us up in, and not realize that God has been there every step of the way with us.
Yeah.
We think we've gotten there by ourselves. We think that we've gotten there because of our talents and gifts.
I mean, our tricks and
everything.
It all works.
Right.
So it does.
Not realizing that God was there the entire time.
Yeah.
Not acknowledging, giving him praise that God has brought us here and is continuing to bring us over our trials.
Yeah.
But let's move forward. So Jacob makes it to Laban's house. And now as he's at Laban's house, he finds Rachel. The second-born daughter. Rachel is, she's a hot shot. He fell in love with Rachel from the jump.
My guy is supposed to be hiding.
He's supposed to be hiding. Now this time. He said, there's joy in this hiding. And so he goes to Laban. He says, I will work 7 years for the hand of Rachel. And so Laban's like, I like it. Go ahead. After those 7 years, Jacob has his wedding night. He goes into his nice tent, his big tent. He has his wedding night,
yeah.
And he wakes up in the morning, and the woman in front of him is not Rachel.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is her older sister,
Dun, dun,
Leah.
dun, dun.
Wedding night, wrong woman.
Man, imagine working 7 years
Crazy.
and cheated into marrying the woman that you didn't want to marry.
I thought he was the biggest trickster.
Oh man, what happened?
What happened there?
We see that what goes around comes around.
I mean, in the ancient times, they had this rule which is measure for measure. So I think he was having that effect of measure for measure.
Absolutely.
So it was hitting back at him.
It was definitely hitting back at him. And he went to Laban. He's like, why have you deceived?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Jacob is now
You are
asking,
telling me
why have you deceived me? After sealing his brother's blessing.
The wrong person.
Man.
Why have
Jacob-
you deceived me?
Look. The right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah, exactly.
And so Laban's like, well, in our culture, we don't marry off the secondborn before the firstborn.
Right.
So now he says, look, you can still have Leah. I mean, you can still have Rachel.
Yeah.
But just work another 7 years.
Yeah. Just 7 years.
Just 7 years. Another 7.
Yeah.
14 in total.
Yeah.
It's not that of a big deal.
Right. But at this point, Jacob already his love for Rachel
Yeah.
was above and beyond us another 7 years.
I think he was just a determiner, bro. His determination
He
was
was
high.
determined.
Yeah.
And so the Bible actually says that those 7 years were like nothing.
Right. Right.
They were like nothing to
Because
him.
of the
They
love,
flew by
the
because
love
of his
that
love
he had for
that he
Rachel.
had. Right.
Yeah.
And so, fast forward, now we have Leah, the wife, who was actually. This is where that marriage gets into that marriage aspect comes into play. That marriage and the family aspect, because as we see, we already know that Jacob doesn't like Leah.
Yeah.
That wasn't the woman that he wanted to marry.
Right.
And so we can imagine that she was not treated as equal with Rachel.
Definitely. Yeah.
But what we see is that God, I can't bring up the verse right now, but God saw the misery and the plights of
Yeah.
Leah.
Mm.
And in that, he opened up Leah's womb so that she could have children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have a child with someone, it's hard not to spend more time with them, not
I
to
mean, yeah.
grow in.
Yeah. Again,
and-
he got tricked again.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And so Leah had Reuben
Yeah.
and Judah.
Yeah.
And when it got to Judah, she named him Judah because she said that I will now praise the Lord.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that's what Judah's name meant. you know?
Yeah.
And we know that Jesus came from that
Yes.
line of
Yep.
Judah.
Yes.
Yep.
So it was like, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I think before she got Judah, all the other children that she had, she was trying to please Jacob.
Yeah.
And I think it serves as a big lesson, right? It gets to a point where we just have to stop pleasing people.
Yeah.
We just have to stop being people pleasers.
Come on now.
Because when we now give it up and say, God, let your will be done,
Mm-hmm.
the blessings that comes out of it is massive.
Yeah.
Because that's why she was able to say, now praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
You can see she wasn't trying to please Jacob anymore.
Yeah.
She knew that God had seen her.
Yeah.
Now she was
and had
pleasing
blessed her.
God.
Right.
Mhm.
So yeah.
It's big, man.
Yeah.
So as we move forward in the story, Rachel is now also having children from Jacob, finally, after many years of barren. And by the time that Jacob leaves Laban, he has now amassed a large amount of wealth.
Mm.
How he did it, though, was through scheming. Let's talk about it. This man schemed. Look, Jacob went to Laban and told Laban, look, I'll get the blemished sheep and rams, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can have the unblemished, the ones that are perfect, they look good, healthy. Laban was like, okay, cool. And so what Jacob did was when he took the sheep and the rams down into graze and everything, there would be a river that he would take them to, and there was some bush there. And the bush would cause, like when the wait, let me tell you, when the animals were in heat, when they were wanting to make children, right? He would take them down to the river and near that bush, and it would basically brush up on them, right? And it would cause blemishes to appear. And so while they were mating, they were passing down that natural trait of the blemishes to their children. Right.
my.
So now more blemished animals were being created than the unblemished animals.
You would think he changed, right?
That man did not change. Not yet. So he went and he was doing this over and over to the point where he was now very wealthy. You know, he had a lot of animals.
I mean, yeah.
Plenty of animals. And he said, look, we're going to leave. All right, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And so he packed up his children, his wife, his wives, his servants, all that. He said, let's go. And they left with everything. Unbeknownst to Laban. Laban was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And so he comes chasing after them. And he's like, Jacob, why did you leave without telling me?
Right.
What did I do to deserve
what did I do to deserve this?
Man.
And he said, you even stole my household gods.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to Jacob, it was actually Rachel that had taken Laban's household gods.
The things we love.
Ah, man. And so Jacob was said to Laban, whoever is found with these household gods, you can kill them.
Oh.
Now, Rachel,
soon.
she
Spoke too
hears,
soon.
bro, right. Rachel hears this. She's like, oh.
I'm in trouble.
Right. So, what Rachel does is she takes the household god and she sits on it, right? And as her father comes in to search the tent, she claims that she is on her monthly period.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Therefore, she's not going to move
Yeah.
at this time. You know, the
Yeah,
pangs.
Ladies, you know yourself.
you know, she's going through all the motions, apparently.
Yeah.
And so Laban goes around, he searches through everything. Can't find anything. Now Jacob's upset. Look, you already done came in here accusing me and everything. And now look, you ain't even find anything.
Yeah. You're making a fool of
Now
yourself.
look at you.
Yeah, look at you now.
And so, man, when I read it, it was a little funny because Jacob really didn't know, but at the same time, that man was scheming. He knew he was in the wrong. But anyways, God had told Jacob to go back to his land, go back to his family. And so, as Jacob is now coming back, we have to remember that this was during the time of the feud that they were having. Esau still wanted to kill Jacob.
Yeah.
Esau was still very upset.
He's still living.
Yeah.
But we see that during their time apart, God had been growing the two nations because Esau was becoming the father of the Edomites.
Yep.
While Jacob was becoming the father of the Israel.
Yeah.
And so as he's coming back to his homeland, he sends word to Esau. He's like, Esau, I'm coming back home. And as Esau gets this message, Esau was like, okay, bet. Jacob's messenger comes back and tells Jacob, Esau has gathered 400 men and is coming our way.
And if you know when it says men in the Bible,
It's not men that are coming to give you a hug.
it's men.
You're going to get swept.
These are warriors. Okay.
Yeah.
And so Jacob starts shaking in his boots.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob's like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
Jacob comes back. He's like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to separate the camp.
Yep.
All right. You know, we're going to have, I think he did 3 parties. And he put the women and children. He put the different servants and everything.
Yeah.
basically.
Yep.
And as he's getting ready to meet Esau, he's sending gifts. He sent over 500 livestock to Esau, and he sent them ahead. Right? I like to call them his Amazon delivery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He sent them ahead to Esau. He said, hopefully, this will appease Esau.
Right.
Didn't you think he was looking for it so that in case they get ambushed, then he spared?
That's a good idea. you might be onto something. But he was definitely there's a proverb that says if your enemy is thirsty, give your enemy something to drink. If your enemy is hungry, give him something to drink. And by doing this, you will put hot coals of kindness on their head. Right?
He's
hot
using the
coals
trick
on their
again.
head.
He's using the trick again.
He's using another trick. He said, I'm going to soothe Esau's wounds
Right.
with some nice gifts. Okay. And the night before he's about to meet Esau, he goes alone. He's praying by himself in the dead of night. And he feels a hand touch his shoulder, grab his shoulder. And he starts fighting. He's like, this must be an assassin. This has to be an assassin.
Yeah.
And he's fighting till the break of day, when the unnamed assailant touches his hip and dislocates it. And he realizes at this point that this is not just a regular person. This is a messenger from God. And he decides, I'm not gonna win this fight.
But I'm not letting him go.
Leaving you with something. He said, bless me.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you go until you bless me.
Yeah.
And in that moment, the unnamed assailant changes Jacob's name from liar and deceit, one that stabs in the back, to now Israel, the one who struggled with God and man and overcame. God changed Jacob's name. God changed Jacob's walk. God changed Jacob's trajectory in life. From one that was a liar, a backstabber, to now one that was an overcomer, one that overcame his past.
Yeah.
One that struggled with God and with man and was now victorious. Not because of his own strength, but because he surrendered to God.
Yeah.
And through that surrender, he gained the victory.
Yeah.
And now as he met Esau didn't see the man that had stabbed him in the back. He didn't see the man that had grabbed his heel, robbing him of his birth.
The deceiver.
He didn't see the man that stole his birthright.
The trickster.
Right. He didn't see a trickster. He saw a new man. One that had been reformed. One that had been changed. One that didn't even walk the same. One that gave him out of the abundance of his blessing gifts. And mind you, what Jacob gave Esau, those over 500 livestock, that was not a small amount of fortune. That was a massive fortune.
Hey, yeah, we're talking about Bitcoin.
We're talking. Look, he gave Esau a fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Esau saw that this was a changed man. And this was now his reformed brother.
Yeah.
Israel, the overcomer.
Yeah. I mean, that's good,
Yeah.
man. That's good. I mean, two things comes to mind. Number one, that God is in the mess with us, right? I think looking at Jacob's story, we see that, man, he's been in trouble time and time again. He's been messed time and time again. And with Jacob's ladder, we see not only in Jacob's ladder, but with Jacob wrestling with God, that the entire time God was with him, right? Trying to change him and transform him. And the other thing, going back to what we discussed in the beginning, something that's really interesting is that as individuals, there are things that are inherited to us, right? We have an inheritance, but we also, as individuals, there are things that are passed down, right? And our inheritance, it's not a choice of ours. It's a choice from the previous generation, our parents, right? But the things that are passed down, that's our choices, right? And so I think as individuals, we have to pay attention to both things, right? Esau's birthright, right? That's something that's like hands off, right? And as Jacob, your blessing should be my blessing. We're brothers, right? So you should be able to touch that. But what's passed down, I think it's something that we have to really focus on, because that's going to shape the next generation.
Yeah.
Right? Because all of Jacob's action did not just affect him. It affected Leah. It affected Rachel. It affected Laban. It affected a lot of people. So we have to think about, what are we passing down to the next generation?
I also want to bring up
Go ahead.
the fact that before before I forget, remember how I told you that Esau, when he was talking to his father, he said, "Is there only one blessing?"
Right.
Remember, in Genesis 27, verse 40,
Mm-hmm.
Isaac had told Esau in his blessing to him, he says, "You will live by the sword and you will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck." All throughout those 14 years, those long 14 years, Esau was troubled. Esau
He was
a
sharpening
man
his sword.
He was a man he was ready to kill Esau. He held a grudge. And what bitterness does to you, it can actually physically make you sick.
Yeah.
But when Esau found his brother and saw his brother, all that bitterness, all that resentment, it melted away.
Yeah.
Everything that Jacob had held over him in his heart was now melted. It was taken off of him.
Yeah.
He could now move forward, free of anger, free of hatred, and free of bitterness.
And I think when he let go, the exchange happened. Because it came back to reality that still Esau was the oldest.
Right.
He was the eldest.
Right.
And Jacob was still his brother.
Still his brother.
Yeah.
And so what we see in this story was God was in each and every step of Jacob's story.
Oh yeah.
And it goes even further than this, really.
He
But
was available.
he was available for Jacob and Esau, and he cared about the reunion between the two of them.
Yeah.
So much that God initiated it.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think
Beautiful.
for us, again, what you said, God is just there. He's available. It's just up to us whether to choose to tap into his presence and make use of it and let him transform our lives. Right? Because once Jacob realized that this is not a normal fight, this is not a normal wrestle. And the angel is like, "What is your name?" And I think I would like to remind us that the question, "What is your name?" was not, "What is your name?" Like,
Right.
"My name is Richard," or "My name is Ant," "My name is
Right.
D." No, it was, "What is your story? Who are you?" And from that on, the name Israel became, okay, this is who I want to make you.
This is who I am going to make.
This is who I am going to make out of you. And so, yes, let's forget the history. Let's forget the past. But moving forward, walk in my steps and you will flourish. And people still don't understand why Jesus came. Jacob is Jesus' great grandfather. Because the transformation happened. It did happen.
He went from being a liar, a cheater, a backstabber.
Yeah.
The first of all time.
The greatest of all time.
The greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Now reformed.
To now reformed.
Knowing God for himself.
Yeah.
Because when he left his family, he didn't really know God.
Right.
He knew about God. He knew the name of
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But as he came, throughout his story, as he encountered God more and more, he was reminded by God, I have a plan for you. I have an inheritance
And he's
for you.
like, I can't
I have
live
a
like
blessing.
this. I can't live like this.
Yeah.
I can't live like this.
Yeah.
And he allowed God to change his life.
Yeah.
But the choice is up to us, D. The
Yeah,
choice is up to us.
Yeah, and I like this thing about this concept of wrestling with God, because the more we wrestle with God, the more that we know Him. Because we know that, okay, we're weak, but He is strong. So I think the more we wrestle with God, I think the better.
The more
And
we
I think
question,
spending time alone too with like God wrestling, it's powerful, because then we get to know we are weak.
oh yeah,
We get to know we're weak.
Yeah.
And I think he began to realize that what is birthright? What is two wives? You know, what is all the wealth and the goodies that I have? listen, by myself, I'm weak and alone, and there's no help.
Yeah.
And then he started giving up. He started, giving into God's plan and letting him, okay, do what you will, God. I'm here to follow.
Yeah, and we have to remember it was a life-threatening situation.
Oh yeah.
He was facing certain death.
Oh yeah.
Just about.
Yeah.
And sometimes God will take us to those breaking points.
Yes.
In our lives. He'll have us in places of solitude so that he can let us have an encounter with him.
Yeah.
And that's a story of my life as
Yeah.
well. That's my testimony.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more of those that are watching that God has and will bring to that breaking point.
Yeah.
And then it'll be up to us to make that decision.
Yeah.
Make that choice.
Yep.
Am I going to serve God? Will I let God change my life?
Am I gonna serve God or let God change my life?
Anthony, so what's the question that you would like to ask for our next guest that's going to come on to the
Be
podcast?
nice now. Be nice.
Next question.
You don't know the person, so be nice.
Understood. Man, let's see. When Jesus was telling the disciples at the Passover supper that, he was going to pass and everything, and there was a betrayer and everything, right? He brought up something that was very interesting. I think it was in the book of Luke. He asked the question. I mean, he said that beforehand, I told you, not to take any extra supplies and everything while you go out and minister and preach the gospel, right? But this time he brought up that now you are to take up your sword and take up, basically prepare the supplies and everything. So my question is, in Jesus telling them to do that, how does that apply to having self-defense, ways of self-defense as a Christian?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I'm not gonna try it, D. You're thinking
Because it's one of my burning questions. I haven't found the answer. So
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm not answering that question.
all right.
No, that's something to think about, though. Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment. Yeah.